The weather outside is frightful. Oh, my friend, is so delightful. We should be catching crappie now. And I have a bucket full of minnows, that is. Let's get down here on the river and catch us some crappie, hopefully. This is our first snowfall of the year. I don't know how big it's gonna be, but for now it's pretty. I think we can catch us some fish. Let's go try it. We got about 45 minutes before it could start. I'm gonna do a uncut video again. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully I don't fall in the water. So hang out with us. Let's catch some fish. All right, guys, we're gonna get our first cast out here. We're back at the spillway again at Clearwater Lake on the Black River. This is gonna be really fun. Hopefully the crappie think it's fun too. I need to adjust you a little bit there. Where are you guys at today? I was throwing for walleye up in here earlier, and I found a couple big rocks I didn't know were there, and that's usually where those crappie hang out at. It's up just a little bit. They might be there. I guarantee they're somewhere. I was catching them further down the river, so they may be up in here now. Man, the snow is beautiful. This is just the ultimate bit of coolness. I don't get much of a chance to actually get out and fish when it's snowing. I'm normally at work, so this is a great treat for me. I hope y'all are enjoying it. This wasn't even supposed to start till like around midnight, so came in a little bit early. But I'll tell you what, when I was on the boat, it got cold. That wind came in and just felt like them temperatures drop. That wind had probably kicked up to 10 miles an hour. So it made it feel like it's probably 25 or 30 degrees or less. Gotta watch where I'm walking here so I don't fall. Come on, crappie, I know you're here. The snow is falling, you should be biting. I'm gonna get hooked up. And I didn't think about grabbing my tackle box out of my boat, so if I lose my hook, we're done. I didn't even see where my bobber went. There it is. Kind of got lost in the snowflakes. Probably gonna walk down here just a few steps when I bring this bobber back in. Hopefully when I bring it in, it's got a fish on the other side of it. I hope the sound from that spillway isn't too much for you guys. It's kind of loud. Come on, you can grab that. Come on, come on, come on. Cold, you can see your breath out here once in a while. Come on, I know you were there. I'll take a little bass or bluegill. I don't want that rock that I'm on. Nope, nope, nope. Said I don't want to lose my hook because I got no more with me. Let's see if I can do this without falling. Again. Ah, this looks like a safe place. I think if I get something on this cast, I'll go ahead and adjust my level. Maybe a little bit deeper. It could be a little shallower too. See how fast that cork's moving now? That current increases that much more when you get up here. So I don't know how much water they're discharging, but I know it's more than what it was because this is up probably about 1.5 feet. But it's still really low for what it normally is. Using a slip bobber. So with this little knot that's on the line, it's really easy to adjust. I can push it up and down and it makes it deeper or shallower. And that slip bobber, it's only going to go to where that knot is. So it's really nice when you're trying to crappie fish or even bluegill fish. I may try up here by this corner wall. They could be just sitting on the inside of that break. They should be here. I was told when it snows, the crappie bite. I ain't got no crappie yet. It just takes one to win that Sim Fish King tournament. I did catch some earlier today, but you know, it's 9 or 10 inches. That ain't gonna win doodly fart. That's gonna take a 13 or 14 inch crappie to win that one, I bet. At least for the week. I wish I could say everybody catches 13 inch crappie. We do here and there, but not very often. It's only happened into 114, and Shane got that here one day. Well, not here, but on this river. See, that current is going to swirl my bobber around out there. But that might not be such a bad thing. Them walleye could be stacked up in here too. That would be awesome. Walleye is one of the fish on the tournament list this go around. Come on. So when I get down here, seeing how it's a nice snowy day, I decided to make some chili. So I'll go back to the camper and I'll make a pot of chili. I don't have enough fish to fry, so I ain't got none to fry. So we may do a catch and cook if I catch a fish, and we'll go home and cook it. The chili, that is. It would just be a fishing and cook if I don't catch anything. It'd be something different. Come on, fish. I wonder if them guys are sitting down on the bottom. I might just take a chance and drop down another foot. See if that's not where they're at. They're not up here by the shore. They're not midways. Let's see, where am I at now? My rod's 7 foot. I'm at the top, so if I was to guess, I'm probably about 4 foot deep. I'm going to go another foot to foot and a half. I don't really know how deep it is out here, so I can't tell you what the bottom is. I just know they ain't where my bait's at right now, so. I don't want to get too close to the shore either because I don't want to get snagged up. There's all kinds of riffraff up in here. Big boulders. No, I actually watched him tear this the old system. Blah. I watched them tear this old setup that they had here with the fishing dock and stuff. I seen them tear all that out. I'd come down probably every 2 weeks and see where they were with it. And I sure like the old setup better than I do the new one. Alright guys, sorry. I'm back. That was Shane. He's on his way down. We're gonna do some fishing again this weekend. It's been a while since him and I got together, so it'll be a good time, I'm sure. And as normal, he'll probably catch more fish than I do. I'm gonna break my neck. I'm glad these rocks ain't slick. I'd be in real bad trouble. So just so you know, still no crappie. We got to catch at least one fish. Of course, it is a fishing video. It's just not a very good fishing video. Well, I guess it's a good fishing video, because I can fish very well. Nothing says I can catch very well. I hope you're at least enjoying the snow. Some of y'all don't get this, so be a treat for you too. The ground's covered over there already. You can see that or not. That's white. The roads here are too warm for it to stick to though. It might make them a little slushy. But it ain't gonna be no road issues. And I got plenty of minnows, so I'm not worried about running out of those. Especially if the crappie don't bite. I didn't think the crappie would be fearful. Maybe they're scared of the snow too. Could be a walleye running up, maybe a big old catfish. Like, ooh, it's snowing, let's see what that is, and come up and eat my bait. Because catfish like minnows too. Alright, I'm going to give it one more cast here. Then I'm going to move spots, so I'll shut the camera off for just a few minutes. And we're going to try up around the bend on another part of this river. It's not very far at all. It'll take me like 3 minutes to get there. And see if there's not some crappie on the drop-off, because I was catching crappie on the weed beds earlier, so they may be sitting over there in that area as well. And to be honest with you, I'm sure the walleye that do come up in here, they've got to go through that channel because it's the only way up in here. So we might get lucky. I'm gonna give this just a little bit of time to come in, just slowly bob that jig. Give that minnow a little bit of extra work. Say, hey man, look at me, I'm dancing around, I look good. Come eat me. I don't know if it really works that way, but in my mind it sounds good, so it works. Yep, they're not over here, so we're gonna go up around the bend. I'm gonna go and reel this one in. Be back in a minute. All right, before I head over to the other spot, I just kind of wanted to show you what this area that is above where I fish at. This area is supposed to be for people to be able to fish off of and catch and bring fish in. But if you look down there, that's where I was standing, and that's probably 8 or 10 feet below where I am now. So you tell me, how can somebody fish over here and catch a fish and bring it in? That's handicap accessible if you want to come stand on this. There's no way that you could fish it. I think this was a really bad design. But it's not my money. Well, I guess it is because I'm a taxpayer and I buy my fishing license. But I think they could have done it better, and they could have made it more user-friendly for disabled people or veterans or anybody else like that that cannot get down to the riffraff and move around. My last video you seen, I almost fell in the water. I did fall. If I would have leaned forward, I would have been in the water. Alright, as you can see, it's still snowing. We're moving down to the next spot. Now, when this lake is normal, I should say the river. When the river is normal and that we haven't had such a drought, this water comes up to about here. And I know on the camera that probably looks like a long ways, but it's probably 15 foot. So it's normally up another 5 or 6 feet from where it is now. Which don't sound like a lot, but it is. So where I'm standing right now, I'd be fishing in probably 5 or 6 feet of water instead of standing in it. Now, it's not unusual for it to get low like this, because it is controlled by the dam, so they know how deep it is. And there's a river that comes on the top side of the lake. It's called the Upper Black River. It has some really good fishing in it. But the funny thing is the water on the top part of the Black River is crystal clear. I mean, you can see the bottom without a problem. The Lower Black is not clear whatsoever. I mean, it's a little clear, but it's nothing like it is up there. There's a lot of, you catch a lot of smallmouth up there. I've never caught like anything big. Shane had a smallmouth a couple years ago. It was a couple pounds. Hooked into a couple somethings and lost them. They were pretty good. So I would assume with there being smallmouth in that river, that there's smallmouth in the lake, which I've never caught a smallmouth up there, but I haven't really tried. And there would be some smallmouth down here just because the water comes out of there and the smallmouth would transfer over, I would think. I may need to move a little bit because I'm on the bottom and I'm not very deep. All right. I'm just gonna move down here to this next little patch. Yeah, I'm still in that, whatever it is. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not very deep. I'm not 2 foot deep. All right, this should be about 4 foot deep here. Now, right, probably 50 to 75 feet out, it's got a drop off. And the farther you go this way, the more narrow and shallower it gets. Then it gets deeper over here, and it's probably like 6 to 7 feet right out in that area. So that bobber should not have a problem standing up. I say that. Come on, maybe I'm too far up. There we go. Now she hit that spot. And fish may be up here sitting on these weed beds. It's kind of what I'm hoping for. Shoot, they might be a couple of feet off the shore instead of 10 or 15 feet like I am. My reel's starting to freeze up. Handle this. It's got a little water on it. When the white bass run up through here, you can catch a bunch of white bass right here. But to be honest with you, the past couple of years, I haven't really seen a whole lot of people catching white bass. I never seen no big white bass. We don't have stripers or hybrids, they're just white bass. It'd be fun if we had some stripers. We don't have nothing exciting here. I guess if you went over to the Mississippi River, you could catch stripers. I don't know if they come this far. I would assume that there is some. I've never heard anybody saying, hey, I went to the Mississippi and caught a striper. I know you Tennessee folks, you can catch some stripers. Sure, probably Kentucky, Tennessee. Of course, you got those nice big blues. I think it's time to put some new line on this reel. There's a Lew's reel that I got from Walmart. It was already pre-spooled, and I don't normally use pre-spooled reels. But I was in a pinch and I was in a hurry. I'm like, I don't have time to fold it. And that's what I get, crappie line. So I know I've had the reel sitting brand new in the package for 6 or 8 months. So who knows how long it's sat in the factory being wound up. This doesn't cast very good that way. All right, gonna change my depth again. I almost thought about bringing my catfish rods. I'm like, I don't really have any bait except for bluegill. Well, I got some chicken breast too, but just not really the thing to use this time of year. You can't use the shad net here because they say there's silver carp or big head carp or something that's trying to come up, and they don't want to take the chance of it getting up into the lake. So there's several miles of river that you can't use a cast net. So no cast net means no shad. Unless you accidentally snag one or you find one that's floating in the river, you can grab it. Springtime, you can find them floating around. When it's like really windy, I guess they get up too close to the bank and it shoves them against a rock and it kills them. I don't have a problem grabbing those. As long as they're somewhat fresh. I mean, if like decaying, I ain't gonna mess with them, but there's that drop off right there. I know you guys can't see it, but I can see it. I wonder if I went really shallow and tried to chuck over into that, if I wouldn't pull anything off of it. I've never tried that. Maybe try to drop my cork to where I'm like 6 inches deep. Well, this looks like it's not a good idea neither. It's alright, I'm gonna try to get over in them shallows and see if I can't get something. Like, I'm just gonna bring it right above my weight, or my bobber. I'll go about that deep. So I'm probably about a foot deep. Can't really go any shallower than that because of my weight. My line hooked onto my gloves. I didn't quite get to that drop off. In fact, I think I might as well just... what the heck happened? Something don't feel right here. Did I freeze up? I think I did. Oh, this ain't good. I'm tangled up somehow. Oh, there's a big old bird's nest in there. This is why you don't use factory line, because it's just crap. It may be strand, it may be whatever, but when it sits on a reel for a long time on the shelf and doesn't get used or treated, it don't do you no good. Something good that you can use to treat your line though is that Reel Magic. A lot of people don't know you can use that on your line, but if you read the bottle, the little spray can, it'll tell you to use it on your line. There, now I'm up in that drop off, or the other side of that drop off where it's fairly shallow. Which I kind of expect to drag. I want to drag because I want to try to hit that seam line that goes out there. Just kind of let that bobber flow for a while. See if something don't come up and grab it. Gets too far out of my sight though, I ain't gonna be able to see it. There must be a ton of line out because I got a bunch of reeled in and I still ain't pulling on it. There it is.